Good day. Yes. Yes, I have a dog in my kitchen. Hello. My name is Corinne. I'm the Unemployable Counsellor. Although today, my dog and I might be unemployable chefs, as we're going to do something really different and experimental, and I'm hoping I don't burn my house down. But today, I'm going to make a chili, and I'm going to show you how I make it. This is the Unemployable Counsellor Chili Surprise. Ooh. So stay tuned if that sounds appealing to you, or at least for the fun and hijinks. As I do this, I have a few stories I think that I got on the plate. We'll figure something out as we go. I'm Corinne. Thank you for checking this out. Cooking with intent. That's not bad. The Unemployable Counsellor. All right. We'll have it laid out. We're going to finish prepping and then we'll get started. Stay tuned. All right. Here we are. To save time, I did a little prep work just because I think it's for the best. We get that prep work done. As you may have noticed, I'm wearing gloves. I like these little plastic gloves. I find, especially when I'm going to cut something like, sorry, just make sure it's on, onions. It's always good to have gloves on because otherwise I always hear stuff all the time like, my husband wants to know why I'm smelling like onions. And sometimes if I rub my eyes, it'll get in my eyes. You don't want that kind of stuff. So to avoid any of those kind of problems that I'm sure are just completely normal. Oh, I thought that was Cowboy Curtis, but he's not here. All right. So, those problems can happen. As you can tell now, we're going to cut an onion. And it's funny, whenever I do anything like this, you can't help but kind of think back to different things. Oh man, there's no good way to cut an onion. I'm sure someone out there knows a good way. I do not know a good way to do it. As you can see, I peel the layer off. Lots of things have layers, like relationships. It's funny, I was thinking the other day, just about, like when you go on like a first date or something and it's not good. And I was thinking, man, I've been on a few of those at a time, but anyways, so you peel this off just like that. There you go. Maybe you take a little more enough. And then I like to use a serrated blade. I like to cut just like this. I already have meat browning behind me, but I tell you, no, I was thinking one time I knew a guy. This is back years ago when I was working for a fast food restaurant in town. So I was working for this fast food restaurant, and he was a few years older than us. I guess he worked there as well. But he was trying to impress this girl. She was a couple years younger. Honestly, probably a little above his league. So he had a plan to put his best foot forward. And he said was, hey, if I bring her into the restaurant, would you give us a half price meal? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And okay, well, is that your night or is that your date? Yeah, that's your date. And then we're going to go to the show. I have 2 free passes to go to the show. And I thought to myself, if you're trying to date someone, particularly someone perhaps younger than you, and your big move is to get a half-price meal at Burger King and free passes to the show, I understand you're putting your best foot forward there, but that didn't go anywhere. But then again, I'm the guy who once went on a date, and I had a coupon from a box of cereal for a free admission, a 2-for-1. That was pretty horrible. Yeah, and that girl ended up marrying me, actually. But like that coupon, the marriage has since expired. Yeah, it's weird when you do stuff like, man. So anyways, yeah, so what I did was, I have the meat already cooking. I'd rinsed it once already, because I like to kind of cook it up. Then I like to throw the onions in it, and then I like to cut everything else and get it ready to rock and roll. I like garlic. I don't know about the rest of you people out there in the world. I bought this garlic press at a garage sale. for $1, and it's like 18 pounds, and it's a beautiful thing. That's not the weirdest thing purchased at a garage sale, actually. Remember one time, a buddy of mine bought this like leather skin, like this really nice like canteen, but the end was all chewed up, and it was like, and he was all excited, and I'm like, and he was using it, and I'm like, why would you? Yeah, some things are just kind of weird to me. That's one of them. Anyways, but yeah. Going back to the stand up the show, there's nothing more embarrassing than going to the movies, especially on a date and having something happen that shouldn't happen. One time I remember I went on a very first date, didn't know this girl very well, went to see the remake of A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, right? You think, man, you're going to a movie like that, right? You're thinking, oh man, it could work out pretty good. It did not. Partly because when I got there, my bank card decided not to work. Now, it was not that I did not have money, because at that time I did. It was just a matter of it did not work. And it was the most embarrassing thing ever, because she was like, she bought me a pity snack. And it was like, demoralizing and the longest fucking movie I've ever watched. I tried to, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things you can laugh off if you kind of even seen someone for a little while, but you literally met them, like, 45 minutes prior, and then this is going on. Yeah, it's not a good mix. All right, so while that's happening, I don't know. I haven't really tried to make chili before. This is kind of like my first attempt, so I'm a little bit not rusty. I know how to cook. I've kind of learned quite a bit about that stuff, or at least I think so anyway. My kids are still alive, so that's a testament to my cooking prowess, I think. Hey, no comments from you. Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of see how the rest of this goes, but anyways, for sure. But no, it's kind of funny how, I don't know, life gets in the way, I guess. And then stuff kind of happens, and it's like, but also believe things happen for a reason. So I think if things didn't go well or things didn't go right, then clearly there's another path there that you're supposed to be following. It's kind of my simplistic view of it. But I tell ya, I remember, oh man, it's funny, like, speaking of movies, I got a young son. Well, he's going to be a teenager, I guess, so he's not that young. But I like to, I kind of like, I go out, we do stuff, but then when it's time to watch a movie, it's always YouTube or something like that. But man, there's some great classic movies that people forget about, right? Yeah, I know, hey? Like, what was it on Prime? Men at Work, Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen. That movie cracks me up to this day, and I don't know why, because it's not good. When Charlie Sheen rolls the bowling ball down the street at like 6 a.m., it cracks me up. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm a very simple man, is what I'm thinking. But man, yeah, he's not. He likes Jim Carrey. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But anyways, we're going to do this up, and we'll come back in a few moments with more. All right, are you back for a little more Secret of the Pros? Be at the ninth green at 9 o'clock. Okay. I do things a little bit differently because I'm a little bit different. I think I might have pointed out before, but I'm not sure if I have. I know. Health codes. I'm wearing something on my head to prevent the hair from dropping in. I'm the only one eating it, so I'm okay with my beard. Hey, hold on. And also, I don't have an apron. This coat is hygienically sanctioned by Food Canada for me to wear it to my own kitchen to make myself something neat. Thank you. My dog's been studying up on the bar exam, so he's making sure that everything is all nice and legal. There's no liabilities in my videos. Anyways, what I did was I put some little tomatoes in here with some garlic, fresh garlic, because that's how I roll. I got mushrooms here, and what I did was salt water in a bowl, let it soak. It cleans them up a little bit. I can't take credit for that again. It was someone I used to know taught me about that one. And what we're gonna do is this. So I got peppers here, but first I'm not making my own tomato sauce because I'm not doing that today. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use one of these, dump it in there with the baby tomatoes I already have. And you know, I saw on TV that they want to make a Young Guns 3. And I got thinking about it, and I was like, they could totally make it. But could they make it without Kiefer Sutherland if he doesn't want to be in it? I don't think they could. Right? I mean, no offense to Lou Diamond Phillips, but if I'm going, and Christian Slater died in part 2, didn't he? Didn't they all die in part 2? I can't remember. Oh, spoiler alert. For those like my kin that haven't seen Young Guns, which is probably one of the best Westerns I remember growing up. Because it wasn't really a Western. It was more of a, I don't know, I'll make you famous, right? Like, man, there wasn't a kid that didn't say that on the play. That was a good movie. Anyways. Yeah. It'd be like when they made that Lost Boys remake. You can understand Corey Feldman, because, like, fuck, what's that guy doing, right? But, like, the others, and, you know, I didn't see Nosferatu, but there was, like, I like horror movies, but I don't like watching them by myself, right, because I'm a big pussy, apparently, but I do like shows like The Conjuring, things like that. Yeah. They don't really make stuff like they used to, do they? No, they don't. So that's what we're gonna do. I put tomato sauce in there. I got peppers. I like peppers. It adds a good, nice, sweet little taste to it. I got a ton of mushrooms because I like mushrooms, and as I said, I'm the only one eating it. So, which means I got a teenager. You all know what I'm talking about. Crazy, and I'm going to it twice, but that's okay because this week it's just me here. So this is what we're gonna do. I like red beans and kidney beans. Not sure if you're supposed to mix them together. I don't really care, to be honest with you. So we're gonna do this, and with the red beans first, and see how much it is. I was gonna give some of this to a friend of mine who lives 2 doors down. His name is Stacy. Yeah, I know. He's a good man. But anything that encourages him not to have a bowel movement, I support him. So I might not give these. Anyways, okay, got that. Now this is gonna be because traditionally I make way too much all the time. Because that's just how it rolls. And I don't know why, because I don't think I'm doing anything. Like, I seriously cut down, but it seems like no matter how much you make. One time I made a jambalaya. Well, you heard that. Because I've never had it. And I wanted to try it. So I got it. Had it. Made it. Added one more ingredient I needed to kind of thicken it up a little bit and get it going. I had about 4 big things of this jambalaya. And after about, I had to freeze like a ton of it. And man, I tell you, when I moved, I threw out 2 tubs that had been like 2 years. And I don't know if Oka and the other stuff I had to find would freeze that well. And I didn't want to have to find out. There you go. It's, yeah. It's kind of cool, man. A lot of the stuff you don't even know until you try to do it. Or you learn about it. Then you realize, hey, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Right? Me, it's not that I never wanted to cook. It's just I always ended up with partners that wanted to do that. Or I shouldn't say that because I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but it just seems like it kind of went that way, or that was just, and especially as you get older, I find the dating where you're not 100% sure, like, not, I shouldn't even say that. I mean, you just got to be yourself, and you can't have expectations like that. You know, if you're looking for someone who's going to be your mother, okay then, I guess, or your father, all right, well, that happens. I'm in my 40s, I've seen a bit of that. But it's like, you know, you got to go with what you feel comfortable with, what you want to do here, not just you feel you have to, or you feel like, oh man, I better grab onto this because that's it. It's never it. It's never it. It's never over. I have a belief we're all energy, we're all connected, and as we transcend through this crazy thing called life, steal a line from Prince. I think we learn that more and more as we get older. I know my view is a hell of a lot different than it was when I was 19, right? Where all of a sudden, you know, things are, you know, everything is so far away, right? And then next thing you know, it's not. And next thing you know, you got kids. Next thing you know, you're doing all this stuff. And then next thing you know, you're middle aged and you're single and you're wondering, like, okay, like, is this the same? Does this happen like it's supposed to? I know. It's a horrible tale. But anyways, it's just, life's weird, man. And it's funny. Things don't work out like you thought. I know. All right. I'm going to take Mando outside. I'm going to take a break. We're going to dump the meat in here. And that's the plan. Then we're going to let it simmer quite nicely. And then we will be... Okay, Mando, you got to hold on for 2 seconds. Right? So, I mean, like, yeah. That's how... it's just how life moves. And, I mean, you got to move with it. Supertramp had a song, Rolling with the Changes. It's a good song. It's a good message because, look, man, if you don't roll with the changes, it's going to roll right over you and kill you, man. What do you want to do? You want to live your life not being what you should be being? I know. Hey, man, I'm getting all eloquent. Right? Or do you just want to be who you should be because that's who you want to be? Right? Okay, now you got to say. All right. Okay, this is what we're going to do here. We're almost done. Okay, we're going to dump the meat in here, just like that. I'm going to put that in there. I like to clean as I go because it's my popular belief, I'm a bit of a germ freak when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not like super anal about things. Unless I get asked nicely. No, not even then. No, I like to make sure that, you know, when we're done cooking, we don't have a huge mess. Because that was always kind of the worst part about holidays and stuff. It was always fun when everyone got together. And then there was always such a huge fucking mess. And everyone would kind of run and hide. And then it was usually the mother or the lady folk that did that stuff. And I'm not about that. As Tim Robbins said in Anchorman, I'm all down with the women's lib. What? What was that? What are you saying? Now you're quiet? That's I thought, what? You ate a whole wheel of cheese. Okay. All right, so see what I did there? I stirred it up. Last thing I got put into it is a little concoction of my own. I got some cayenne pepper. I got some garlic powder. Well, not a little bit of garlic powder because I use actual garlic in it. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, that kind of stuff. Nothing too huge and spicy. I'm just gonna shake that in there. As Chubb said in Happy Gilmore, it's all in the hips, baby. It's all in the hips. Okay. I'm not gonna bore you guys with anything else. What's gonna happen is this. I'm gonna put a lid on this bad boy or girl. I got it on about a medium heat. So like, we're gonna cook it on the stove in this pot for probably a few hours. Like do stuff like that, and we'll check back on it when it's done. But the gloves are off. Thanks for checking it out. If you like what you see, say it. If you don't, that's okay too. I don't need to make any more of these, right? We're gonna put it on here. We're gonna let it sit. We're gonna keep stirring it. That should be good to go. And that, as they say in the business, is a wrap. So thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in a little bit, and I'll show you more about that. So stay tuned. Hello. It's been about an hour. I just want to give you guys an update as I'm about to retire for the evening. So as you know, we put our peppers in, we did all that kind of good stuff, and now this is what it looks like right now. Ooh. Hey. Let's give it a good old stir there. Look at that. Oh man, it's gonna be thick. Gonna be eating all week. Yeah. There you go. There you go. That's better, eh? Look at that. All right. I do a lot of weird shit on here. I know. But I'm honestly just doing stuff that I have fun with, that I think's interesting. And, you know, let's just have a little fun with it. All right, guys. Thank you for checking in on this. I don't know. I like the Unemployable Chef. I kind of like that. But for me, my dog Mando, you guys have a good night. And thanks for checking this out and being silly with me for all. All right. Take care. Subscribe. Share. Share it to everyone, even those you don't like. Because that's kind of what I have to do. My scales are tilted. All right. Take care.